You're listening to the Spirit Podcast.
Happy birthday! It's your birthday!
Welcome back to the Spirit, where we lift the veil, follow the strange winds, and try to catch the messages fluttering between this world and the next. I'm your host, Beck, joined as always by my curious co-navigator, cosmic co-host, and occasionally chaotic thought wrangler, Rach. Hey, Rach.
Hey, Beck.
Today we unlock the third sign of the zodiac, Gemini. If Aries strikes the match and Taurus holds the flame, Gemini is the wind that fans it in every direction. This is the sign of duality, dialogue, discovery, and often misunderstanding. But don't worry, we're not here to reduce Gemini to party tricks and indecisiveness. We're diving into the deep end of Mercury's pool. Gemini basics. Their element is air. Their modality is mutable. Their ruling planet is Mercury. Their body rulership is lungs, arms, hands, nervous system, shoulders. Gemini is the first air sign in the zodiac, where fire-inspired and earth-built, air moves. Gemini energy is mental, quick, and connective. This is the sign of the bridge, the messenger, the one who sees both sides at once. But Gemini is not two-faced. Gemini is two-souled. It holds contradiction with curiosity, not deception. Do you think people misunderstand Gemini because we expect people to just be one thing?
Gemini definitely can be misunderstood, but also people can get very thrown off by Gemini because there is such a stark difference in the split sides of them.
Now let's talk about the strengths and shadows. Strengths, adaptability and mental agility. Witty, curious, and socially magnetic. Amazing communicators and storytellers. Fast learners with eclectic interests. Shadow side. Scattered focus or anxiety. Talking instead of feeling. Using charm to mask fear of intimacy. Can be inconsistent or avoidant. Many Geminis process the world out loud. Their gift of language is also a shield. The challenge is to listen inward as skillfully as they speak outward. Have you ever noticed how some Geminis say what they're feeling before they realize they felt it?
Yeah, I think a lot of Geminis mask what they're saying. They'll say how they feel, but then I think they catch themselves and they're like, oh, I'm just joking.
Oh, Geminis, they're going to love us. Gemini souls often incarnate to bridge people, ideas, cultures, or timelines. Heal the split between mind and heart. Transmute nervous energy into creative service. Many have past lives involving scribes, scholars, translators, or spies. Roles where duality or secrecy was key. Dying young or too soon to share what they knew. Sometimes Geminis feel an urgency to say everything now. That's the soul remembering what it meant to before they run out of time. Have you ever met someone who talks like they're afraid the words might vanish if they don't get them out?
Yeah, Geminis really want to just get everything they think and feel out no matter what. And even if it's harsh, they're just like, I got to say it.
Yeah, I know that from personal experience. Here's a metaphysical deep cut. Some Geminis may carry energetic fragments from other lifetimes or other versions of themselves. They may feel scattered without knowing why, struggle to pick one path, one passion, one self. Dream or speak in ways that feel like they're channeling from somewhere else. In some spiritual traditions, This is seen as a form of soul echo, a multi-timeline awareness Gemini is uniquely attuned to. The remedy? Integration, stillness, practices that help pull all the threads inward. Not everyone who is inconsistent is lost. Some are simply remembering too much at once. Have you ever felt like someone was many people in one, Rach?
Yeah, because sometimes one person can be the person that'll take the shirt off their back for you, but then they'll also rip it back off.
Oh my. I can laugh at this, listeners, because my partner is a Gemini.
I know a fair share of Geminis. So I've had my roller coasters.
As a February Pisces, I do very well with air signs, and specifically Geminis. Most of my family is comprised of them, so I totally understand this as we cover it.
Gemini is associated with the twins Castor and Pollux, one mortal and one divine. They represent the dance between heaven and earth, logic and intuition, shadow and light. They were gifted a shared immortality, alternating time between the underworld and Olympus. In occult thought, Gemini is the initiated messenger, the magician, the code switcher, the trickster who teaches through paradox. In some traditions, Gemini represents psychopomps, those who guide souls between worlds. Mercury, Hermes, their ruler, did just that.
Gemini energy often arrives as the trickster archetype, not to cause harm, but to disrupt what no longer serves. Mercury is the god of boundaries and the one who breaks them. Tricksters, well, they reveal truth through contradiction, push buttons to spark reflection, teach through humor, reversal, or delay. Geminis can say something outrageous, but somehow it lands. They are often agents of revelation, even if it comes in the form of sarcasm or memes. Gemini won't always tell you what you want to hear, but they'll deliver what you didn't know you needed. Do you think some people get rattled by Gemini's energy because it forces them to think differently?
Oh yeah, Geminis know how to say something to you that will just stick with you and you contemplate it forever.
Sometimes it's very wise.
It is, but sometimes it's harsh. It is sharp-tongued ways of saying
Biting
it.
for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Spirit Seekers, it's Beck. If you're enjoying the episode, why not toss a little haunted love our way? You can support the show on Ko-fi. It helps fund our podcast gear, EVP experiments, and possibly one cursed chair. While you're floating around the web, check out our Beyond Files on YouTube. We drop new paranormal clips, glitches, and strange finds every week. Like, follow, subscribe, leave us a review, or whisper into a fan like you're summoning spirits. It all helps. Got a spooky story? Want to say hi? Email us at tothespiritpod@gmail.com. Stay weird, stay watchful, stay spirited.
Gemini rules the lungs, and that's no coincidence. Breath has long been seen as the bridge between spirit and body. In spiritual traditions, Ruach, Prana, and Pneuma all mean both breath and spirit. Breath connects us to the present, to life, to source. When Geminis get anxious, it often starts with shallow breathing. Their healing begins with exhale. Geminis live in the mind, but when they breathe deep, they come home to the soul. The body focus of Geminis are the lungs, breath, arms, shoulders, and especially the nervous system, prone to anxiety, insomnia, and overstimulation. Healing practices are breath work and humming for vagus nerve regulation, journaling to move thoughts into form, movement-based meditation, walking dance, and hand mudras. Crystals for Gemini are chrysoprase, soothes the heart-mind link, labradorite, which strengthens intuition and inner voice, and citrine, supports focus and joyful curiosity. Herbs and allies are lemon balm, which calms the nerves, ginkgo, for mental clarity, and lavender, balances overthinking.
I love lavender.
Me too.
Geminis crave connection through communication. For them, pillow talk is soul talk. Minds first, then hearts, then bodies. Best matches: Libra, Aquarius, Aries, and Leo. Surprising pairings: Virgo, mental sparring, and Sagittarius, opposites with shared curiosity. Geminis can be loyal lovers, but they need freedom, not to wander, but to breathe. Do you think people confuse mental stimulation with flirtation when it comes to Gemini energy?
Ooh, it's hard because I think Geminis, they're kind of like the fuck around and find out because they get bored. So they will kind of do that flirtation, but it's also to stimulate their mind. And then once they get a bite on their line, then they're like, oh no, that wasn't for real.
That is so on point. Sorry, Geminis, but that is on point.
Called out.
Well, we have some listener tales. My Gemini cousin has a different hobby every week, but she can explain each one like a PhD. I swear my Gemini partner argued both sides of a debate and somehow still won. Our family calls my Gemini aunt the walking library. She knows something about everything. Do you know someone who has a brain like a browser with 42 tabs open, and they like it that way?
Yeah, and I think Geminis definitely get overwhelmed, so I think they are more apt to trying to figure out ways to numb themselves and escape.
For the ones that aren't as evolved,
Gemini is a mirror. Beck's favorite. Not to reflect what you want to see, but what you need to hear. They show us the truth in contradiction, the poetry in imperfection, the power in having both curiosity and confusion.
I have a channel message for Gemini. Dear Gemini, you are not too much. You are multitudes. You do not need to choose one truth to be real. You are the sacred echo that bridges every version of yourself. Your magic is not in stillness, but in motion. Keep moving. Keep speaking. We hear you. The Gemini invocation is, I speak. I listen. I question. I connect. I move with meaning.
Although Geminis can be blunt and they'll tell you the truths you need to hear, their other side is so compassionate, and they can have such a compassionate, loving side where there's such a bond and connection that is like no other at the same time.
Some of my very favorite people in this world, this harsh, cruel world, are Geminis. So shout out to you, Geminis. My grandmother, love her. Gemini, my partner, Gemini. Many cousins, Geminis. I hold a special place in my heart for you, Geminis.
They're good for mental stimulation.
For sure. Definitely like playing chess.
Yeah.
That was Gemini, the messenger between worlds, the mirror with many faces, and the voice we didn't know we needed. Whether you're a Gemini sun, moon, rising, or you just find yourself endlessly curious about the people around you, we hope this episode helped you see the soul behind the swirl. Next time, we slow down and step inward with Cancer, the protector, the intuitive, the moon child. Until then, stay curious, stay open,
And stay sacred.
To the spirit.
Podcast.
Supernatural science.
Aliens. I'm ghost.
Psychic. Mystic.
Spirits.
Divine source. Heaven.
The dead. It's magic.